What's the statute of limitations? Am I confessing to a felony here? I had a '60 Ford Sunliner that was awesome, but by the time I was done with it, it was such a rust bucket, there was no way to keep it. Actually, Jay Leno has one just like it. It's a '60 black Sunliner with a red and white interior. He bought it from a guy in the Midwest. So I know it's obviously not my car. Mine was rusted to the point to where the back fenders are rusted off. That was our car in my fraternity at the University of Buffalo. The '60 Sunliner was a very unique car. They only made 1 year of it. It was the widest car, notably one of the widest cars ever made and sold in the US. I was told it was a ½ inch wider than a '59 Caddy. You know, everybody went doing vertical fins. These had started out looked like a jet with flat fins out on the back. And the back seat was so big that we could have 4 cheerleaders sitting side by side. And it was the spring float in the spring parade. That kind of, you know, paper flowers all over it, and to the point where we learned that we need to keep it open in the radiator, otherwise it overheats. Because if you put too much in front, it's not going to go good. So one day my girlfriend had some sorority girls that she wanted to take for some meeting at St. Bonaventure. And she asked me if I could drive. Oh, shucks. And Marianne was a very pretty girl, and she had even prettier sorority sisters. So here I am in this convertible. I got Marianne and Lynn, her friend, and 4 of the girls in the back seat. And we're going down, and there was this place in Wayland, New York, halfway between Buffalo and St. Bonnie's, and I go through a speed trap. And I'm sitting there, and this is probably, it was a fall day, 70 degrees, getting colder, top down. I'm thinking, I gotta stop to put the top up anyway. And here's this trooper. And I was not speeding horribly, but I was probably going 55 into normal, and we're singing songs. The radio's on and we're singing. I'm having a great time. And here comes up, this trooper walks up. And he goes, "Do you know how fast you were going in a 35? And I said, "I didn't realize there was a speed limit. You know, I didn't see the sign." So basically here I am confessing, which my lawyer says, don't say anything, but here I'm confessing to speeding. And he's looking at the girls, and he's looking at my license, he's looking at the girls, he's looking at my license. And he goes, "Michael Thies." He pronounced that Thies, Thies. I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Do you have a brother Dan?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Crap, we were roommates at the Trooper Academy together." And I thought that the girls in the car were going to start to cry because they had no idea what was going on. And it turns out that his name was McGinnis. And last I heard, he was still doing okay, retired. My brother's retired and living on a paradise on a horse farm in Kentucky. But he retired other state troopers as the assistant commissioner. But anyway, he starts chatting up the girls, tells me to slow down and watch the speed limit, and I went home. But the backstory in this is that he goes back and starts telling the story. And it gets to my brother, and it gets to my other friends. The next thing I know, I have this reputation as a ladies' man. I mean, I barely could handle one girl, let alone more than one. I'm not a ladies' man at all. And so I had this reputation far beyond the reality. But that was at '60 Ford. When I got a chance to talk to Jay Leno at SEMA, I said, "You can have the car I want." And I've been looking for him, and he's gotten really pricey. So here's a car that I absolutely drove into the ground. I think I got $100 for it, and probably the guy that I traded in the car junked it. And a good one in good conditions going for 50, 60 grand. '64 Corvette, I sold in '69, I think, for $850. Now I couldn't keep it because the insurance was more than my rent. At that point I would have been 21, and the insurance on that car was exorbitant because of my age and a few stupid tickets. I had a friend of mine, and actually it was the fastest car I ever drove. It's a '69 L88. His name was Jerry. We were in an engineering fraternity. He retired and was working for Corvette. He bought a prototype L88, and we took it out, and the fastest I ever got up to was 176, and then ran out of highway. not the brightest thing I ever did, but it was fun, and quite honestly, the car to do it in. I have no idea what they would be worth, but he lost that in a cornfield by making a bad turn.
Are you looking to buy your dream car? Premier Financial Services offers the flexibility of financing with the tax benefits of leasing. The PFS Simple Lease offers quick approvals and easy termination when you are ready for the next car. Visit our website and follow us for more.